my name's Johnny Smoke. I am sitting in what is the temporary Midlands Metalheads headquarters in a caravan that wobbles a little bit.
Oh yeah, it
Even
does.
though it's not windy, otherwise we'll be all swaying a little bit. And I am in the presence of Birmingham band Axiom. I don't really want to start off by basically doing a bit of a round robin and telling us who you are and what you do in the band.
Sure, yeah. Do you want to start off, Josh?
Yeah, I'm Josh and I hit drums. That's pretty much it.
Hit drums. Just
Yeah,
hit them
hit
hard.
drums.
And hopefully they play in time with that.
We try.
Yeah.
Generally, yeah. So I'm Stu, and I play like the big guitar, the one with like the low notes.
Oh, the one with only four
There's only
long
four,
things
yeah,
on
four
it.
long
You
things.
can't
yeah.
handle more than four.
Yeah, it's yeah,
Well,
it's tough,
you need one.
pretty much
The others are left decorated.
You just use the biggest one.
the biggest one.
The thickest one.
Yeah, whatever is the biggest boom, basically the boom guitar.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
Amazing.
I think there's a technical term for it.
Boom stick.
Yeah,
Boomstick, yeah, it should be. I'm Zaid. I play little guitar.
And it is a tiny guitar. It's
The
a
one
badly
with
guitar.
too many strings on it.
Yeah, I'm stuck at 6. I know there's like people getting to like 9 million and stuff, but I'm staying at 6.
And I'm guessing you use more than one of those.
Two, three on a good day.
I think you used 4 in one of the new
Whoa.
tracks.
I didn't see it happen.
All at the same time.
no. One
And
at a
there we
time.
have it. We have defined progressive.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, thank you
We're
very much
desperate
for
to try and find a genre, and that is it. Just
Yeah.
play more than 4 strings.
It
There
could
you
be.
So, 2 sticks, 1 string, many strings.
In summary, yeah, nice.
So yeah, thank you for joining us in our HQ. You're playing a little bit later on this
We are at
afternoon,
4:40 p.m. We're playing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, hasn't really sunk in yet. Actually.
Yeah.
We're a very last minute addition to the sort of lineup.
How did it happen?
That's a good question. How did it happen, Zaid? How did this happen?
How did any of this happen?
Yeah, how
Yeah.
does any of this happen?
It's kind of a networking thing, I suppose. So the band decided to leave the safety of its practice room about 6, 7, 8, maybe even 8 months ago.
Was it that
And,
long?
I don't know. It was middle of this year, whenever that happened, and we just had a really surprising reaction to what we do live. I think Birmingham at the moment is developing a really strong progressive music scene. The other musicians are incredibly supportive. So we played at Scruffy Murphy's, and then one of the guys that watched us was also in a progressive metal band. Shout out to Senfora, who are fantastic. And they invited us to their album launch. One of the guys that was playing at the album launch was reopening Costa's.
Yeah, that's right.
Which is a historic kind of venue in Brum. So we ended up playing that, and then it's kind of snowballed, and we're just a bit like, wow, what's going on?
What was
So
originally just
the
a
right chords.
Yeah.
People are turning heads.
Yeah, they seem to be.
what was originally just a one-off gig to try and see how the live setup's going to work, just snowballed into
Now we're here.
yeah, playing main stage at.
Our actual plan was to be recording at the moment. Really.
Yeah, writing and recording. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Absolutely
Absolutely
being distracted by the fact that
Yeah,
you're playing
I mean, it's a
fucking
nice thing, but it is, yeah.
I think cutting our teeth as a live band has been, it's something we weren't necessarily gunning for. We always wanted to be a great live band. There's only 2 ways about that. But being kind of getting shows and being acknowledged for that because people have sort of seen it and gone, wow, come play this thing with us. It's been great.
Yeah,
It's a wonderful experience. Really.
And I like you already because you've mentioned other bands on the scene that you think are really nice. But it's not all about you, it's about the scene.
Well,
Absolutely.
Of course.
we are
Yeah.
completely beholden to the scene, really. All the other bands have been really supportive, and it's been
How does the fact that Birmingham is sort of the home of all things heavy, does that make an impression on sort of where you sort of see yourself in the music scene, the home of Sabbath, home of Zeppelin, and all of that? You're kind of aware that you're in from this place of Birmingham with all that history.
Oh yeah.
yeah. And I think even though it's been a while since those bands, it's sort of like Birmingham's always had that sort of that heaviness that I think we are kind of grateful for, and it has helped us kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
and now you've become a part of that.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
So tell us a little potted history of the band, if you like. I gather you've been together for a couple of years. You've already hinted that you've been in, sort of out of the rehearsal room and on the live stream for the last 7 months. But how did it get together? How did you form? What created Axiom?
So I moved to Birmingham 3 or 4 years ago, and I was looking for a drummer and a bass player. And was it join my band or something like that? Me and Josh met through a mutual bass player, and things didn't pan out with that kind of lineup. And I'm going to let you tell the rest of the story.
Because we were at Art Tangent Festival, and there was at that point when we kind of decided that we need to find a new bass player.
Yeah.
And then I've known Stu since we've been together at school. So
Yeah,
I've known
since
each
we were
other for,
11 years old.
Yeah.
So for quite a while.
And we've always been jamming in sort of like half-baked bands.
We've been in bands over the years, like loads of times.
And I did the join my band thing because I wanted to keep my drumming skills up while he had disappeared to Japan for years.
Yeah, I lived in Japan for a while.
Yeah.
And then
the timing was perfect. He came back when we were looking for a bassist.
So there's some existing chemistry.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so that's when I first met Zaid. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy plays these four strings phenomenally well.
Only two at the time. But I nailed them, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was a weird thing. It was just like, I can't remember who we were watching, and then it was just like, I turned around to you, like, do you want to join the band as a bassist? And I'm like, yeah. And I was, yeah.
I was like, all right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So next, I imagine, you've hinted at the fact that you should be recording.
We really should be.
Yeah.
Tell us about that recording. What are you working towards? An EP, an album, name, concepts? What are you working
so
towards?
It's gonna be a good time to discuss it.
So I'm going to preface this with it. There's been a ton of ideas floating around for a long time, and they've sort of augmented as we've gone out and done these shows, and we've seen how sort of people are reacting to the music and that kind of thing. So the current set we're playing has been finessed by going out live. We've sort of rehearsed in between, and we've tweaked things. There's some stuff that we aren't ever maybe going to be happy with, but people are enjoying. So what we're kicking around at the moment is taking essentially our live set and creating an EP from it, something that we'll release kind of low key. We don't want to make a huge this is our first album kind of thing, but if people are enjoying the set, if they want to go home and enjoy it, then we're up for sort of giving it to them, really. So we're thinking that's probably first half of next year, and then in the background, because it's stuff we've already written and can play for the most part.
Fingers crossed, though.
Yeah, hopefully.
We're going to continue writing. We've got 3 or 4 new songs sort of on the boil in the background, and the rest of the year I think is going to be very much focused on keeping us sane, creating some new material, possibly touring at the end of next year, but that really depends on so many things.
I don't know, but again, these are the sort of things like this year we had so many plans,
of course,
and it just changed because
I think we definitely want next year to be more about we've had some incredible opportunities. This is one of them. Thank you for having us, guys. And we've just gone, this is really dumb. We can't not say yes to this right now. But we're getting to a point where if we don't start putting something out other than ourselves on live stages,
hold up in the studio.
Exactly.
Because at the moment we only have 2 demos that we've kind of produced ourselves at home. That's all that's online at the moment, other than a load of weird videos on Instagram of us like jamming and
which do really well.
We seem to enjoy them. But we want to release actual, professionally recorded music that people could enjoy. That's the plan.
So have you got an aspirational time by which you want to get that done? Sometime next year.
We should have one.
So we've got we're kicking it around.
I'll put it down and write it here.
Right.
Tomorrow.
So we've been invited to open for a show in March for another Brumming band called Netherall, who are stunning.
Incredible.
I think they played Bloodstock. They won one of the big band competitions in town. The name escapes me, which they thoroughly deserved. They are superb. And another band called Tetra. And the other band's names escape me. Apologies, guys.
There's 5 on the bill.
Tetra and Netherall I know quite well. The other guys Sid is one of them.
Playing.
That just came back to me. So that's the most sort of relevant gig that's kind of right on our apex of what we do.
Physical product at that.
Exactly.
And it's going to be a great audience. So if we can get that EP done in that timeline, we all have day jobs and lives and. Unfortunately. So
you're not full-time rock stars?
No.
Who'd have thought playing prog? Maybe when we get the 5th string on the go.
Maybe, we'll see.
Can we afford a 5th string? Is that
whoa?
Yeah, we'll have to pull some strings.
Well, perhaps finish off with sort of a more stereotypical interview question. So, what are your influences? Who as individuals?
That's a really good one. So they are quite broad. So
I think a part of our sort of success and our appeal is through luck, or I don't know, we've managed to kind of pull in a lot of influences and kind of make it a coherent whole.
Yeah.
So like I've been influenced by a lot of sort of like post-hardcore and stuff like that. So I really like Coheed and Dance Gavin Dance and stuff. Then the more technical side of things as well, like animals as leaders, things like that. But then like everyone has their own other.
Yeah, I think everyone's brought. So I was a Coheed fan, but I'd never heard Dance Gavin Dance, and I was kind of aware of math, but I never really got into it as a scene. I was probably more into like fusion and bands like Carnival, Tool, the sort of more historically prog, ethereal sort of style stuff. I don't know how you pigeonhole this stuff, it's hard, but there's just always been overlap. There's been, and even when someone doesn't like something in someone else's taste, somehow a compromise has been born from it. It's like I just played something that I really wouldn't have ever thought I'd have gone for.
Yeah, what I'm really enjoying about this is how like collaborative it is. It's not like we're like one person led, like writing a lot of it. That's it's like a real. It makes writing slower for sure.
Definitely.
But
but you haven't got one bully in the back.
Yeah, exactly.
This is my song, and we
turn it into a session and going like, "Here's the song," sort of thing.
Yeah,
but it does mean that like the song, I think it's for the strength of the song.
The
amount of influences and different things we can pull together is really good.
I mean, as an example of that, we sort of spent a year or so writing our current material, but then like another half a year just rewriting that material because we kind of sat down one day and we're like, you know, it's not quite there.
It's like you write 4 songs, and then your 4th one's your favourite, and you look back at your previous ones and they're like,
we
it's not as good as that last one, and it just keeps happening in a big cycle.
But that, you know, a lot of that is getting to know people takes time. You know, and it's bands for me have always been, they are a relationship that you can't underestimate. You know, you don't just kind of marry someone. Well, some people do. You just go out and marry someone. It never kind of pans out well. And we've had to.
I'm sure there's a reality TV program.
I'm sure there is. Yeah.
Well, we needed a reality TV program where like they throw in 3 members and tell them to form a prog rock band.
That's actually a cracking idea. I mean,
from different band members and different genres, and they give them a random like genre to be.
Make
an EP.
But yeah, I don't know. Jamming the new stuff is coming easier. It feels like. Because we've learned so much and going out live and learning, you know, where too technical. Because we being technical for us is about being comfortable with the instrument, and I feel like while sort of learning some of these things, they are expressed in the new songs. I might be talking more for me than anyone else at the moment, actually. But there's a maturity that comes from choosing whether you're technical or musical. Sometimes you can be both. I'm not sort of saying one isn't led by the other, but a lot of the time when you learn a musician, sometimes when you're learning music, when you're learning an instrument, the compromise comes from, well, I can't do that, so I'm going to have to do that. And the thing you end up having to do is probably the right thing, but it's not that choice.
It's that limit kind of breed back.
Absolutely. And I feel like it's easier to make some of these choices as we're writing new material, and it's nice. And just reading, you know, we play in stupid time signatures and dynamics go up and down, and we seem to be reading each other's kind of flows a bit better than we would have been a year ago even. So it's cool.
So it sounds like Axiom at the moment. It's a melting pot.
It is.
For sure. In an EP of your current life set, hopefully. I'll get you to write it down.
But make a sign a piece of paper.
About March.
That's probably the only way it's going to get done on time. Beholden to someone.
You've got your set this afternoon at HRH Prog 2018, and we wish you all the best for that. And it's been a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you so much. It's been great. Cheers.